Hello guys! Welcome back to my channel. Another day, another video na naman! And for today's video, I will be comparing the Russian Velvet collection and the Russian Smoky collection from OLENS. This was a requested video in the comments and you can get all of these lenses on OLENS' website. You can find the links in the description box below and you can also enjoy a 10% discount with my code MARCH10 on OLENS' website. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So guys, before I show you the comparison between these two collections, I will give you a brief introduction of these collections. The Russian Velvet collection is one of OLENS' bestseller. These currently come only in the monthly wear version and they are available in 4 colors: gray, green, blue, and brown. And these retail for $24 on OLENS' website. On the other side, we have the Russian Smoky collection, which is another bestseller from OLENS, and these come only in the daily wear version and they are available only in 3 colors as opposed to the 4 colors from the Russian Velvet collection, and we have the gray, olive, and brown colors. And for this collection, we don't have a blue one, so in today's video, I will only be comparing the gray, green, and brown shades of these two collections, so I will not be including the blue one. But if you are interested in seeing how the blue one looks like, I've done a full review of the Russian Velvet collection. I will link it down below, and in that video I try on all of the colors from that collection, so make sure to check it out. Anyways, these come only in 3 colors and these retail for $21 on OLENS' website. When we compare the graphic patterns of these two collections, they both have a super soft and mild graphic pattern. The colors of both collections are wonderful. They are super vibrant, especially the Russian Velvet collection. They have high pigmentation and it has this really nice blur effect to the eyes, which is amazing and looks really natural on the eyes. While for the Smoky collection, this collection also has high pigmentation and really cool toned colors. The Russian Velvet collection also has cool toned colors except for the green that has more of a warm undertone, but aside from the green, they all have cool toned colors. But the major difference between the two collections is that the Russian Smoky has a limbal ring. I always like to consider the Russian Smoky as the upgraded version of the Russian Velvet collection because the Russian Smoky is like the Russian Velvet but just with the addition of a limbal ring. When we compare the graphic diameters of these two collections, the Russian Velvet has a graphic diameter of 12.7 millimeters, which is a small size graphic diameter, which is really natural looking because it is about the same size of your iris. The Russian Smoky, on the other hand, has a graphic diameter of 13.3 millimeters, which gives a slight natural enlarging effect. So when we compare the graphic diameters of these two collections, the Russian Velvet is definitely more natural looking as the graphic size is really small and it is about the same size of your iris. For the Russian Smoky collection, I think that what gives that enlarging effect is the presence of the limbal ring. I really don't mind a good limbal ring, a thin limbal ring around the edge, because I think that it keeps the lenses look more natural and it helps to give more definition to the eyes. But for these two collections, I think that the addition of a limbal ring doesn't give that natural looking effect. When I compare them side by side, the Russian Velvet definitely looks more natural because of the size of the lenses, and also the colors definitely blend better with my natural eye color, and the Russian Smoky looks a little bit not fake but unnatural on me because of the limbal ring and because of that enlargement effect. But anyways, I think that it definitely depends on your personal preference, if you like more natural looking lenses or you like more slightly enlarging effect lenses. And yeah, now that I've given you a brief introduction of these two collections, let's go ahead and compare the colors of both collections. So first up are the Russian Velvet Gray and the Russian Smoky Gray. For the graphic pattern on the Velvet Gray, we have this light icy silver gray ring with some subtle yellow tints on the inner ring towards the pupil area. And these on me don't look really natural. They are definitely not your everyday go-to colored contact, but they show up quite nicely on my eyes and they blend really well with my natural eye color. But I'm not going to lie, it definitely gives this intimidating and scary look effect on my eyes, as the shades of gray are really bright, but I think that they are still wearable. The Smoky Gray, on the other hand, has a light gray inner ring with some golden brown and green tints towards the pupil area, but with the addition of a dark ash gray limbal ring. So these have some blue tints that are really nice. They kinda make the lenses look more natural and more wearable, despite the fact that these are gray lenses and I would expect them to look intimidating and scary. But I really like how these look on my eyes. So both of them give this intimidating and scary look effect on my eyes because the shades of gray used are really bright. But I think that the Smoky Gray looks a little bit more natural than the Russian Velvet Gray because of the limbal ring. When you look at them side by side when worn, you can definitely tell that the Russian Velvet has this super icy and frosty shade of gray that makes the lenses look really intimidating and scary. The Smoky Gray definitely has a darker shade of gray, which I think looks more natural if we had to compare the two. Either way, I would not really wear any of these as everyday lenses, but I could use these for when I want to spice up my makeup look. Next up, we have the Russian Velvet Brown and the Russian Smoky Brown. For the Velvet Brown, the color is an extremely light, cool-toned brown with a subtle golden undertone. For the graphic pattern of these lenses, it's all kind of one solid color. We don't have any like golden brown tints on the inner ring, and we also don't have a limbal ring around the edge. The shade of brown used for these lenses is a cool-toned caramel kind of brown, which is really stunning. On the other hand, for the Smoky Brown, we still have a light brown, but compared to the Velvet, this is a little more cool-toned, and we have the dark chocolate brown limbal ring around the edge. And I'd like to add that the Smoky Brown are the lenses worn by Lisa from BLACKPINK along with the gray one. And when we look at them side by side, you can definitely tell that the Russian Velvet has more of a warmer tone compared to the Russian Smoky one. And you can definitely see how the limbal ring on the Russian Smoky gives off this more enlarging effect to the eyes, but they both look really stunning. The Russian Velvet Brown has such a natural shade of brown, and I think that they still look natural even without the limbal ring. I love that even if it's just one solid color, it still blends really well with my natural eye color. But if I had to pick a favorite, I would definitely choose the Smoky one because of the smokiness that it gives to the eyes. It gives this dreamy and sexy vibe to the eyes, which I really like. And they also brighten up my eyes in the most natural way. As for the Russian Velvet Brown, I think that because it is just one solid color, I think they kind of look boring and like too basic. But both of them are really pretty, and I think that they are both really suitable for everyday wear. Last but not the least, we have the Russian Velvet Green and the Russian Smoky Olive. And for the graphic pattern of the Velvet Green, we have a light lime shade of green with some golden brown tints on the inner ring towards the pupil area. This one in particular, compared to all the colors of the Russian Velvet collection, has more of a warm tone, which makes it look really natural. And I think that these are super nice to wear during the spring season. While for the Smoky Olive, we have this olive green ring with some golden tints on the inner ring, but here, as opposed to the Velvet one, we have the addition of a dark green limbal ring, which is really nice to give more definition to the eyes and make the eyes look more natural. Looking at them side by side, you can definitely tell that the Russian Velvet green has more of a warmer tone compared to the Russian Smoky that gives off this really nice cool toned vibe. They both look really pretty, but I think that the Russian Velvet looks more natural. I think that the Russian Velvet green is the most natural looking green contact from OLENS. I usually prefer cool toned lenses with a limbal ring, but the Velvet green doesn't have any of these two features, but I think that they still look really natural. I definitely like the Smoky Olive as it has both the cool toned colors and the limbal ring, but the Velvet green definitely has a special place in my heart as it just looks so natural. Anyways, both of the lenses blend really nicely with my natural eye color, and I can definitely see myself wearing both of these as everyday lenses as they both have really natural shades of green. That's it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think about these lenses and which one was your favorite. Also, comment down below which collection you would like me to try on and review next. As always, I will put all of the links of these lenses in the description box below, so make sure to check them out. And don't forget to use my code MARCH10 to enjoy a 10% discount off of your orders on OLENS' website. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in my next vlog. Always be kind, be safe, and God bless you. I love you. Bye!